I want to talk about narcissistic abuse a little bit because a couple months ago, my narcissistic abuser passed away. He was quite a bit older than me. He got sick and he ended up passing away. And it's been really confusing because I have seen how much all the mutual friends and the community of where I live has been praising him and loved him and thought he was the best person in the world. And, there are only a few people, really. Me, another woman he dated, maybe a couple other stragglers who were treated like shit by him, who actually understand that he had another side. And so it's been very confusing to see all these people talking about what an amazing person he was, and for me to also feel validated in the fact that, like, I had an experience that was very real with him that was different than what all these people are saying. Here's the thing that I want to get across to anyone who has been a victim of narcissistic abuse is that a lot of, okay, there are two circles with a narcissist. There is the inner circle and the outer circle. So the outer circle is going to be all the people in the narcissist's life that they are essentially using to bolster their image, to bolster their ego. These are going to be their friends, their coworkers, their bandmates, people they look up to, people they look down to, anyone that they can use in a certain type of way to continue their narcissism, right? To bolster their ego. So if they have coworkers, they are going to always show up on time to work. They're going to be the best worker ever. They are going to get in the heads of these people and be, and make sure that these people have like intense loyalty to them. Okay. Behind the scenes, they might be stealing from this place or doing things like that, but no one will ever know that, right? On the outside, they're the best worker, always showing up on time, doing above and beyond at work. With their friends, they are going to be the guy that will always pick up their friend's call. They will talk to them for hours on the phone. They'll never leave a conversation without saying, I love you. They will send people they barely know birthday cards or birthday cards for their kids. They'll post on Facebook when it's their birthday. They will, go above and beyond again to really show up for these people that either are their friends or that they even barely know. This is their outer circle. They do this because it's all about their image. They want to make sure that there are a lot of people in their outer circle that can say, wait a minute, like, he was the best guy that I ever met, or the best girl I ever met. Like, they were so wonderful. They were so funny. They were so endearing. And even though they had their quirks, like, they were awesome and they always showed up for me, right? There's no way that this person could ever be like an abuser. Then the narcissist has their inner circle. And a lot of times this is going to be their intimate partners, or like their family members. A lot of times the family members have cut them off a long time ago, gone no contact with them a long time ago, or they're not in touch with their family anymore. Sometimes they, their inner circle is like their mom, who is obsessed with them and enables everything they do. Or they have really bad relationships with their family for whatever reason. And then it's their intimate partners who are going to get the brunt of the abuse. And the reason that the intimate partners get the brunt of the abuse is because a lot of times the intimate partners are the ones that make the narcissist feel insecure. And that causes the narcissist to need to control these people and to need to belittle them and kind of keep them down and keep them in their place. They don't feel the need to do this for their outside circle unless one of these people slights them in some kind of way. So if someone in their outside circle maybe humiliates them or embarrasses them or gets on their bad side, they will, retaliate. But most of the time that doesn't happen because they're acting, their image is so important. However, on the inside, they are so tactical, manipulative, insidious in the way that they go about kind of reeling someone in, getting them trauma bonded, and then kind of turning the tables on this person and using extreme psychological abuse to beat this person down for the rest of the time that they're with them. The people in the inner circle, especially the romantic partners, are going to see a very different side to this person. Like a perfect example is like, let's say it's Mother's Day, okay, and you're a mom. The narcissist is going to maybe give you silent treatment all day, not even acknowledge that it's Mother's Day for you. Yet they will go on Facebook and find all the moms, right? All the women in the outside circle that are mothers and write on their Facebook wall, Happy Mother's Day. It's things like that. And that is exactly what my ex did to me. Just things like that constantly, among, you know, many other methods of abuse. What's really hard is because their image is so important to them and they work so hard at it, when the relationship ends, whether you left, which is not as common, more likely the narcissist discarded you like trash and just never talked to you again, or whatever they do. And you start to like maybe speak about your experience, or you're trying to get like support or understanding from the people in your life, people don't believe you because they've only ever seen this one side of this person, this amazing, endearing, wonderful side of this person that was always there for them. So what do you mean? Like, and another aspect to this is that the narcissist is very skilled at getting into people's heads very early on. When they first start dating you, they will start getting into the minds of all the mutual friends, and they will start like saying things about you, but it won't be obvious. They'll make it in a way where it's like they're concerned for you, or, you know, like very, very insidious ways. So by the time the relationship ends, all these people have had these thoughts and these feelings about you for a while now, because the narcissist has gotten into their heads. So by the time the relationship ends, not only have all these people had these thoughts and feelings about you, but you've also been abused for years and driven crazy. So you are going to act crazy. You are going to react upon that abuse, right? You're maybe going to isolate a lot, or you're going to be posting all these crazy things, or you're going to be like trying to constantly talk about what happened to you, or you're not going to pick up the phone when people call, or you're going to seem, you know, super mentally ill, or you're going to start partaking in alcohol and drug abuse because of what happened to you. Like, you're going through complex PTSD. And what's so fucked about that is that the narcissist then sits back and says to everyone, look at how crazy she is. Look how she's acting. I mean, she's always been like this. She broke my heart. The way that she acted, she is breaking my heart. I can't believe she's doing this to me. And it's so easy for them to place themselves in the role of the victim and to kind of point the finger at you and say, you know, look at her. Look how crazy she is. Look what she's doing. Meanwhile, you have been through years of psychological torment, and I don't think people understand what it's like being with a narcissist until they've actually been with one, and how tormenting and psychologically just, I don't even have the words for it. There's no way to know until you've been there. And I can talk about that in another video. I've talked about it a lot, but believe people when they say they've been abused. Especially people that you've known for a long time and you know their character. Why would they lie about this? You know, people aren't always what they seem. They aren't always what they look like from the outside. And a lot of times the person that appears more crazy is actually the one that's been abused. A narcissist is very good at playing like the meek, sympathetic victim. So